Exiled Wagner leader Prigorzhin returned to Russia weeks after the defeat. Exiled Wagner director Yevgeny Prigorzhin returned to Russia weeks after the conflict. Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko, who negotiated the deal last month, told reporters on Thursday. As for Prigorzhin, he lives in St. Petersburg. He does not live on Belarusian territory. Lukashenko confirmed that Prigorzhin arrived in Belarus as part of the June 27 agreement. Vladimir Putin's former security minister said that they opened a criminal case against the country's military leader for alleged military coup. His entourage went to St. He's on Land Cruiser in St. Petersburg, local news Fontanka.ru reports. The Russian security services sent Prigorzhin to St. FSB agents reported back 2 Saiga rifles, an Austrian Mannlicher rifle, and other small arms and rifles. Prigorzhin, 62, received a Glock pistol with his name engraved on it, a gift from Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu before his argument with Ukraine. A short time later, Prigorzhin left the FSB building on Litiny Boulevard, followed by the military guards. Fontanka reported that spectators left as soon as the guns were placed in the car. It is not clear that Prigorzhin immediately resumed his exile in Belarus, from which he retreated after the failed rebellion. 2 days before Prigorzhin left for St. Petersburg, Wagner reportedly returned more than $100 million in cash and gold seized in a van and other vehicles by Russian law enforcement during his brief offensive. Valuables weighing several tons were sent to Prigorzhin's chauffeur, who received a warrant on Sunday, whose identity is being kept confidential, Fontanka reported. Prigorzhin previously said that the money was reserved for paying the salaries of members of his private army and the families of those killed in Ukraine. Prigorzhin resurfaced earlier this week with a new message thanking Wagner Group supporters and promising new victories on the front lines. Yevgeny Prigorzhin, founder of the Wagner Group in exile, quietly returned to Russia the next day and ordered his men to fight an ultimately unsuccessful coup d'état, and was exiled to neighboring Belarus. The soldier was seen on his way to the FSB office in St. Petersburg, on Tuesday with a BMW 7 Series. He was followed by security guards in a Land Cruiser. According to local media Fontanka.ru, Prigorzhin returned to the city to recover the large collection of seized weapons. A few hours ago, he received an invitation from the Russian security service. Weapons were seized during the attack on his estate in St. Petersburg, on June 24. On Tuesday, FSB agents returned 2 Aga rifles, an Austrian Mannlicher rifle, and several other firearms and ammunition. However, the best gift of any of them was a Glock pistol with his name engraved on it. It was a tribute to Wagner's leadership from Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu, who launched a coup with an attack on Prigorzhin last month. Prigorzhin's security team was seen leaving the FSB building with him on Tuesday. Prigorzhin returns in public after failed rebellion. It is unclear whether 62-year-old Prigorzhin returned to Belarus after a short trip abroad. But 2 days ago, St. Petersburg, He returned more than $100 million in cash and gold seized by Russian authorities during Wagner's brief raid. Prigorzhin seems to have entered the public eye with the latest events this week. On Monday, he thanked his supporters in a message posted on Telegram. The document promised that the army would achieve new victories on the front. In the future, I am sure you will see our next victory on the front line. Thank you. He added that his men's journey to justice was designed to fight insurgents and strengthen our society.